Hey everyone, welcome to CUBN Live, and I am your host, Alana, and today we are going to be reading Bunnies for Bread, and this is Bible Stories for Kids. So the title is called Bunnies for Bread, or something like that. Genesis 47 verse 13, Genesis chapter 47 verse 13 through 26. Things weren't actually all honky-dory. Back there in the land of Goshen, the famine was just getting started. Day after day, the sun beat down, the ground dried up, the cracks and turned the dust. All around people were getting hungrier and hungrier, until there was no food anymore except in Joseph's barn. And so people came from all over Egypt to buy food from Joseph. Every day, crowds of hungry people pushed and shoved outside Joseph's door. "Help us," they cried. We are starving." And so Joseph sold them the food he had saved in his barns and saved their lives. Still, day after day, the sun beat down, and day after day, people came to Joseph until all their money was spent. Their pockets were as empty as their stomachs. Well, if they had pockets. But pockets weren't invented until many years later. Where did they put their cell phones? Good thing they didn't have those either. Crowds of hungry people pushed and shoved outside Joseph's door. "Help us," they cried. We are starving. We have no more money. We gave it all to you. Your pockets are empty." If we had pockets, but they haven't been invented yet. But if we had pockets, they would be empty. Do you want us to fall over dead? Do you want us to fall over dead right here on your palace steps? So Joseph said, "Bring me your cows and your goats, your gerbils and sheep, and I will give you food." Okay, he probably didn't really say anything about gerbils. And so the people went back to their homes and rounded up all the animals they had, their horses and cows, and their sheep, and their goats, their donkeys, and bunnies. Well, maybe not too many bunnies. And once again, Joseph saved their lives and gave them the food they needed. But still the sun beat down on the dry, cracked, dusty ground. Day after day, no rain came until another year had gone by. Once again, crowds of hungry people pushed and shoved outside Joseph's door. "Help us," they cried. "Help us," they cried. "We're starving. We have all our money, and you have all our animals. We have nothing left to give you to buy your food but our land and our bodies. Please take our land. Make us your slaves. Just give us food and seed to plant when the rain comes again. Or do you want to fall over dead right here on your palace steps?" So Joseph traded his food for all the land in Egypt. Every bite of it, the famine was that bad. And every living person became Pharaoh's slave, because every living person was alive because of Joseph. And Joseph said, "Now go and plant the seeds I am giving you. And when the rains finally come, and your crops finally begin to grow again, and the harvest finally comes, for every 5 baskets you fill, 1 will belong to Pharaoh. The other 4 baskets you may keep for yourself, to feed your children and for seed to plant. But the 15th basket belongs to me." "No problem," the thankful people said. Well, maybe that's not actually what they said. But they were so thankful to have food to put in their empty stomachs. They were happy to do whatever Joseph asked. After all, they owed their lives to Joseph. It's a funny thing. God makes the sun that shines. God makes the rain that falls and grow the food we need. And no just boring food like grass and bark, but wonderful food like bananas and oranges and mangoes and coconuts and chocolate cupcakes and pizza. Not that God makes cupcakes or pizza grow out of the ground. I have never seen a pizza farm. Have you? But God gives us all the stuff we need to make a pizza. He even gives us all the stuff we need to make the car the kid drives to bring the pizza to your door. What a wonderful, amazing God we have. But here is the funny thing. We know our living to God just like those people owed their lives to Joseph. Even more, because God gives us everything we need, more than we need. And not just the food we eat, but the sun that shines in the air we breathe. And the ground we walk on, even the bodies we walk around in. God gives us everything. Those Egyptians didn't grumble and complain when Joseph asked them to give him 1 basket of food for every 5 baskets they filled. They knew that without Joseph, they wouldn't be alive. But do we grumble and complain when God asks us to do some little thing? Like spend an hour with him at church on Sunday. Or put some money in the collection plate to help him do his work. Maybe it would be good to remember the story of Joseph and remember to be thankful for all that God gives us. The end. Thank you for everyone for coming to CUBN Live, the Alana Show. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment down below what you liked about the story. And thanks for watching. Bye.